Okay. Welcome back, everybody. In we go. Giant wicker birdie. Uh-oh. Anybody behind me, is there?
The gods made you a warrior for a reason. It's your calling.
Is it?
Finish this.
No, not that way.
When there is a new road ahead, the only one that makes any sense.
Alright. Good music in that fight, though. I like that.
Every gate you open into darkness brings another challenge.
Oh, sucker punched. How rude.
She can still do it. You're winning.
Chop his butt off.
Finish this. Finish this.
Working on it.
You can do this. Go again. Down.
Come on.
You won.
Go.
Watch your Take him down. Take him down. Get him down. Let's take this.
Come on.
Do it. You're close.
Okay.
Here.
Now what? That's the other big door. Oh, this is a door? Yep, okay. Oh, we got this wooden thing again. Alright.
However you come to the gold-covered bridge that leads to Hell, you may find it guarded by a giantess.
Align yourself.
She will ask your name. She will ask your lineage. She will ask your business. The Northmen tell of the warrior woman Brynhild, who leapt into fire and rode to Hell to join her slain love Sigurd, and is challenged by the giantess.
That's what I'm doing. Didn't Brynhild become first of the Valkyries or something like that? One of them at least, anyway. Focus. Oh. Okay. Okay. Repaired it with my eyes. Guessing I probably can't get through this. I can see the bar. Okay. Up here we go. Why are they showing me? Ah. This. I saw it. Oh, there it is. This is a better one.
Hela possesses large dwelling places in Helheim. Tall are her walls, high are her gates. The name of her dish is hunger. Her knife is famine. On her threshold all will stumble. Her bed is called sick bed, and her bed hangings are called flames of a funeral pyre. They say she is easy to recognize, half black and half the color of flesh, and her face menacing and grim.
What they mean by that is that half of her face is rotted and darkened. I like how we got all three runes from the same object. Just from different perspectives. It's kind of interesting twist.
It's coming.
That song again.
Is it?
It's Hela.
Yes, the source of the darkness. It's coming. This is your moment.
I'm sorry. I can't watch this.
What are you doing? You're showing weakness. You're not a warrior. You're a disgrace. The gods will punish you for this. Pick up the sword. Pick it up. Fight the darkness. Fight it. Get up. Get up. Get up and fight.
Damn. Look at you.
Stormy seas and lost souls. She's dreamt of this before. They say dreams are visions of our memories, thoughts, and fears, as seen by our inner eye. But what if each one of us is always dreaming, even when awake, and we only see what our inner eye creates for us? Is this what hell is? A world shaped by Senua's nightmares. Maybe that's why people feared seeing the world through her eyes. Because if you believe that Senua's reality is twisted, you must accept that yours might be too.
Got a point there.
Fail the gods. You're pathetic. Rotten. Cursed. What were you thinking? Did you really think you could win? How stupid can you be?
So stupid.
Everyone hates her. She's cursed.
The shadow hates.
Look at you. A warrior. Worthless. Weak. Pathetic. Go on. Feel sorry for yourself, because there's no one left to do that for you.
Everywhere. You failed. What's that?
Take it. If you're too much of a coward to fight, then end the suffering. Broken and lost. Just like your sword.
Come on. Dare.
Wait, like branding myself or something?
Why go on when you give everything and face that which torments you, only to find that it is worse than you could have imagined? Why go on? Is it really so weak to ask this? Or are we just so afraid of the honest answer that we do not dare pose the question? Sometimes the answer lies in a memory, a feeling, a song.
It's not real. It's a trick. It's not real. It is real. Listen to it.
Don't give up.
Did it? It's
Not like this.
It's not real. It is real. It's a trick. Don't trust it. Maybe you're already dead.
Who are you?
Do you still believe in yourself?
No, it's not. It's a trick. It's a trick. He's already dead. He can't be here. It's impossible.
Come to me. Please.
The light. Go towards the light. It's him. There he is. It can't be him. It's just a trick. It's in your mind. No, he's here. It's in your mind. It's real. It's happening.
Oh good, my mind is arguing with itself. So I don't really understand why she took the burning blade to her head, was she... Is it like a penance thing? Why did she feel the need for having penance? Because she showed weakness in front of Hela? And this is her way of punishing herself, maybe? Is that how this works? Fun. Is there a thing down here? Stone thing? Maybe? No?
There it is. You're imagining things. It's Dillian. He's gone. He's gone. Slow. How could you? Keep going. How could you? Keep going. Ignore the pain. I told you it was the trick you. I told you. Where are you going?
Go over this rock.
There's nothing to follow. Come on.
Before she first met him, she was not in a good place. Just a teenager, but not like the others. Barely functioning, she rarely left the house. Her father's in-bell made sure of that. Only occasionally did she venture out on her own, collecting firewood and herbs. Errands out in the Orkney Plains. That was her world. Like this one. Barren and lonely.
What did that mean about my father barely making sure that I never left the house? Or rarely left the house? What is that supposed to mean? It sounded vaguely sinister. Fine, we need to explore. Oh, hello.
Senua, there will be times that you will feel alone and exhausted, like a strange little fish swimming against the tides of the big ocean. But have the faith to let go and let the tide carry you away. Because the whole ocean is your home, and it does not ask you to swim against it.
I don't think being told to just let go and give up is great advice.
It's already disappeared. Nothing lives here, not even you. It's in your mind. You think you can see it, but it's in your mind.
So am I in Helheim yet,
There he
or...?
was. The lone figure of a boy.
He's there, under the tree.
Soul play under the shade of a tree. She remembers the first time she saw him. To her young eyes, he moved as if dancing. And the world danced with him. The gloom lifted. And for the first time in years, she felt a ray of hope.
Where did he go, eh? Guess I wasn't supposed to come up here just yet. Try going back down around along the beach again. Maybe he's down there. I think we're already in Helheim. I'm not sure exactly at what point we entered it, though.
Day after day, watching from afar, she mimicked him, perfecting her own secret dance, wishing those fleeting moments of light would stretch out to last forever.
The Northmen tell of a great hero. His name is Sigmund. His father's hall was built around a great tree, and one day, Odin comes and thrusts a sword into the tree, a gift to whomever can release it. Many try, but the sword only comes out at Sigmund's touch. His brother-in-law, King Siggeir, wants it, but Sigmund refuses him, so King Siggeir plots revenge. He invites Sigmund and his brothers to a feast, but when they arrive, they are met with an army, not a warm welcome. King Siggeir captures Sigmund and his brothers, steals his coveted sword, and readies them for execution.
So many terrible people back in the day.
It's an illusion. It's not real. Different. You want to believe it's real. It's a trick. You're deluded. Where are you going?
Hello.
What is she following? You can't even fight. It's just deception.
This is Vanaheim.
He so effortlessly caught the world in bliss.
Or just my memory, I guess.
If only she could do the same. See the world through eyes anew and dance with it, just like he does.
What's your name?
Senua,
I haven't seen you before.
I don't leave home much.
Oh, Zeno's daughter.
I have to go.
Wait. Who taught you to fight like that?
No one.
No one.
You did.
Well, I watched you, and
You learnt all of that from watching me? You should become a warrior, you know.
me?
Dillion. I'm here for the warrior trials. Come and watch. And bring your sword.
You can't put it into words. That moment when you look into the eyes of the one who is supposed to reassure you, make you feel safe. It only takes an instant. Fear swallows you before you have a chance to make sense of it. And darkness becomes a part of who you are. You killed him. But her world changed the day the Northmen took him from her. Senua knows that there's no going back to how things were. That there's nothing to go back to at all.
Stay still, stay quiet, hide, don't tell her.
Their gods can see into your mind. They will use this power to destroy you.
They won't stop me. I can still feel him.
Whatever's left of him, they will never let him go.
I'm not gonna let him rot here.
You're the one rotting here.
Leave me alone.
You will die here.
No.
And all your suffering will have been for nothing.
Shut up! Dillion? Is that you? I'll find you, my love. I promise. By the tree. Can you see him? You want to believe it. Is he not real? Is he there? You're alone in these mountains. Is that Dillion? Nothing lives here. You won't survive. You met him by the tree. She met him by the tree. Maybe it's a sign, the tree. What's he trying to tell you? He's waiting for you by the tree.
Death for Sigmund and his brothers seems certain. But the king's wife is Sigmund's sister, and she begs for mercy and implores the king to chain them up instead. He agrees. Not for mercy, though, but because he plans an even more cruel and lingering death. Chained to a tree in the forest that night, a she-wolf comes and devours one of Sigmund's brothers. She returns, ravenous, night after night, until only Sigmund is left. The next day, Sigmund's sister sends a servant with honey to smear on Sigmund's face. But to what end? Well, that night, when the she-wolf appears again, you'll never guess what happens.
And of course you're not going to tell us here, are you? Son of a bitch. What a cliffhanger. Okay. Oh good, there's another one right here. I want to find the next, what seems to be a checkpoint of the game, because I need to stop recording for now.
As the she-wolf licks the sweet honey from Sigmund's face, he bites the wolf's tongue. The she-wolf pulls away, but Sigmund holds on. The chains break, and he is free.
Strange
After
way.
his escape, Sigmund lives like us, hidden in the forest. His enemy, King Siggeir, believing him dead, as his sister plots revenge. And for vengeance to succeed, even the great Sigmund needs help. So she sends her sons to him. But their blood is weak and corrupted, and they're put to death by Sigmund. So his sister hatches a new plan, one that is cold of heart and pure of blood.
How on earth would that cause the chains to break, though? That's just weird. He couldn't break the chains with his arms and legs, but he can break it with the strength of his jaw hanging onto a wolf. Well, alright.
Take a sword. A sword. Take it. Take it. Take it. Take it.
Like a Sigmund thing. Oh shit.
It's a trick. It's a trick. It's ending. It's coming from there. And there. Oh, what are they? Look. Where's it coming from? She started something. Oh.
What's happening?
Senua, imagine a sword that can slay gods. Its name is Gramr. It was forged by the god of all Northmen, Odin, and gifted to Sigmund, a great warrior.
I need this sword. It's important. Can you help me?
The sword appears whole, but it is an illusion. It shattered into shards long ago. It is said a great warrior can reforge Gramr by answering the trials of Odin, one for each shard. The roots of the Tree of Death will take you to new lands where you will face the
Go
trials.
to the shards. Go to the shard.
Go to the shards.
What's the shard? Find it.
It's the metal runestones.
It's in front of you.
Okay, so that's probably a checkpoint there, so I'm going to leave it off here. And next time I sit down to record, we'll see if I was right or not. I will see you then.